Track plan, improved. Points, completed. New locomotive, definitely need test running. And a job that I love to do, weathering the track. So starting off with the track plan changes, as you can see, I have made a few. At the end of episode 18, I discussed, when I fit the back seam, I felt like I had very little room to work with when it came to scenery. Maybe changing the crossing to a wide point, shortening this and completely removing this section here. As you can see, that's what I've done. And if I just grab a few bits, using these as examples, you can now see that I've got plenty of room to work with. Doesn't really matter where I place it, you know. Another thing is, because this board is going to be a scrapyard, the ground is going to be covered in scrap, as you can imagine. You know, oil stains and dirt and filth everywhere. I think the best way to bring out the detail is to heavily light this board. Light the building, and then there's going to be various yard lights spread out along, and I think that's going to draw the eye to the detail in the ground. On that note as well, with the points 1, 2 and 3, they're the switches for the slow action point motors, all working 100%. Very easy to do with those point motors as well. The MTB MP1 point motors, slow action, if you're interested. My previous video, at the end of that video, does show how to fit them. So as this new 08 of mine is sat on a rolling road, the reason I'm running it in like this is because the previous owner, he'd only run it two or three times in the couple of years that he'd had it. I bought this off eBay, it was £90 and it came with a DCC chip. It's not sound fitted, it's just DCC. But I do believe this loco needs a service. The reason I say that is grease and things like that, it can solidify over time, especially when a locomotive is standing and not being used on a regular basis. So like I said, I am going to service this loco. I am also going to weather this loco, and I've found a very good reference photo of this actual locomotive to weather it from. So as we now give this loco its first test run, I'm more than happy with how it works, and as you'll see when it gets to the points, it has zero issue going over them with a very reliable crawl speed. That's the beauty of Electra Frog points and Unifrog points. That point that it's just approaching now is actually Electro Frog, the other two are Unifrog. I ran out of Unifrog. So yeah, like I said, I'll give it a service. I will then run it in again, make sure any new grease or oil gets distributed evenly, and then I will be on to weathering. That will be another video if you're interested in the weathering stuff. A lot of my inspiration, as you know, comes from Bunter's Yard. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that video. After protecting the point blades, we are pulling the airbrush out, and in the airbrush we've got Vallejo Model Air Dirt. It's quite a bright colour. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, but I wanted that brightness to help draw the eye to the ground level, which is, with it being a scrapyard, is going to be where a lot of the details are. So anything to help draw the eye down, I'm definitely down to do. Airbrush is about 12 psi, very thin mixture. This allows me to get the airbrush in close, and it stops any spider webbing with the paint and eliminates any sort of overspray. Just a side note, I'm aware of the fact that Modular 2 board videos have been sort of a repeat of Modular 1, but at the start of a board there's not really any avoiding it. You know, you get the track plan, you lay the track, you get the back scene, you get the wiring done, and once all that's done, which it is now thankfully, and once you start to move on to scenery, which we are very, very close to doing, that's when this board will become its own sort of thing. So again, my videos are actually recorded 2 weeks in advance, so I've always got 2 videos at any one time. So if you do make a suggestion or a comment and I don't talk about it in the following video, just keep your eye out, because like I say, I've always got 2 pre-recorded, and that's just in case I'm waiting for deliveries and get stuck or anything like that. I've always got one to upload for you to watch. So after this, I think we are going to call it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.